everyone, I hope you are well. I'm so excited for today's video because we are going to do a Christmas clean and decorate on the main part of our home. So we're going to do the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, the foyer, the staircase, all those fun places. I also want to share my entire November content calendar with you, so I will throw that up on the screen now for you. You can pause it if you want to take a look, and if you are new, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos coming. I'm also going to share a recipe for a cinnamon roll cake that we will make together today. It is so delicious and so easy, and my kids love it. I also have some new Christmas decor pieces that I will show you as we decorate. Let's get started. Since I already deep cleaned my house in between taking fall down and starting to put Christmas up, it was pretty easy to get everything ready. I'm just wiping all the surfaces before I put new decor pieces down. If you want to check out that deep cleaning that I did, I will link it on the screen now for you. Having that done already really did take some of the stress off of decorating, because then I knew I could just wipe down a surface and just start putting out decorations.
It's cold outside, but the fire keeps us warm. We can spend the night underneath the mistletoe. And I've gotten you a present that I put under the tree. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. The snow is falling down and the storm is on its way, but as long as you're around.
This candle is new from Target. We do so many pumpkin and apple and just really sweet smelling scented candles in the fall that I was ready for a little bit of a break from something sweet, so I didn't want to get a Christmas cookie smell or anything like that. This is just a nice, neutral, festive smelling candle that just was perfect.
To have you for myself in a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first.
All right, now that everything is wiped down in the kitchen, here is all of the decor that I've laid out in the dining room. Pieces that I used last year that I know I want to use again, some of the newer pieces. And my strategy when I decorate, I tend to start in areas where I already have somewhat of a plan of what I want to put there, or at least some of the pieces I want to use, and then I just kind of move them around until it feels right. This tray is brand new from the Target Dollar Spot, and I wasn't sure if the candle warmer would fit, but it ended up fitting perfectly. I just had to tuck the cord on the side to give a little bit of extra space. So I'm going to start here, start adding some pieces, and then keep going.
In a cabin out of nowhere, just us and no one else. I've decorated everything till we're perfect for this week. Tomorrow it is Christmas, the first for you and me. Cause all I wanna do is spend this holiday with you. Tomorrow it is Christmas.
My decor style is definitely more traditional Christmas greens and reds and golds and the Christmas plaids. I use green a lot more than red. It's more green with pops of red. But most of all, I try to find that balance of making sure that I have pieces that I know my kids are going to recognize and look forward to seeing each year, but then also some newer pieces each year. But the biggest thing is just I want peace and comfort when we are at home. If we have too much decor everywhere, it stresses me out. I don't like a lot of clutter everywhere. The kids enjoy the house just to be a little bit more organized as well. And so I just try to find that balance of just simple, peaceful, comfy decor, but also that nostalgic feeling of having those traditions each year.
All for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes. Open fire from the light till the mistletoe. And as soon as you remove that snow, I'll keep you warm. But tell me one thing: is there anything you're missing?
This gold tray that I'm setting up right now on the island is new from Target. I believe it's from the Hearth and Hand collection. And then I just added a mini cake stand in the back, and then this greenery, which I decided just to use one versus two. It came from the Target dollar spot. I believe it was either $3 or $5. But I had these white porcelain houses from last year. I bought a big pack of them, I think from Bed Bath & Beyond, which I don't think is around anymore. Maybe it made a comeback. I can't remember. But I did get them from Bed Bath & Beyond last year, but you can get them anywhere. One thing that I liked about the ones that I specifically chose is that you can put your own tea light candles in the back. There's an opening, because the ones that come with the tea light already built in, the battery tends to run out pretty quickly, and it's more expensive to buy a new button battery for those versus just buying a new tea light candle. So I like the ones where you can kind of just put your own tea light candles in there. The other bonus is I got tea light candles with a timer. Timers are key for my Christmas decor. I set them so that they all start relatively at the same time. They run for 6 to 8 hours, and then they just turn off. I don't have to go around each day and turn things on and turn them off. It just makes it so much easier. Also, a little trick if you caught it, for my tapered candles, I take a piece of blue tape and I put it on the bottom, and that will hold it there inside so it doesn't get all wobbly. And if you need a little bit of extra, sometimes I have to put an extra piece of blue tape on the side of the candle, and it just holds them in place really nicely.
Close to you. No one else knows what you do. Let's start a fire, it's getting cold. Let's make a present for us to show. You and me's destiny. As we dance, we get chills for free. Just to know that I'm not alone. Let's meet desire, it's getting cold.
I can be a little indecisive when I decorate, I will admit that. And so you'll see me switch stuff around. You'll see behind the scenes, maybe one week I'll have something set up, and then when you see me do a cleaning video the next week, it will look completely different. I do. If I buy new things, or if I decide something looks better somewhere else, I'll just switch it. There are no rules when it comes to decorating.
Last year I thought about how things can come around just like that if everyone is here to celebrate.
Okay, there might be one rule in our house when it comes to decorating, and that's that Alexa gets her own little spot. She works very hard for our family. My kids ask her a million questions a day. Are your kids like that with Alexa? Anyways, she has earned her own special spot, so she gets to have her own little tree tray, and then I'm gonna add just a bow to it. That's a white velvet ribbon that I'm using, so I'm just gonna add that bow to the top of that just to give it a little something extra, and she has her spot for the holiday season.
Favorite holiday. It means so much more than words can say. And I claim that Christmas is a magic day. Sometimes I tend to forget what glory this holiday represents. But it's fair to say that Christmas is a magic day. This year I'll think about how I'm so lucky to have a place that I can come home to. Yes, I am on my way. We'll put our differences aside and just enjoy this moment of peace and love and happiness. We come together to celebrate. Yes, every time the snow is falling down and it is cold outside, we gather around the fireplace and no one cares about yesterday. My favorite holiday. It means
I always have the hardest time when I style these shelves. I love these shelves, and maybe I'm sure I'm just overthinking it every single time. I really loved how my fall decor turned out this year on the shelves. I'll admit I moved all of these pieces a ton and I still don't completely love the way it turned out, but I have a lot of DIY projects coming up for us this season, and so I plan on adding a bunch of those to this shelf. So I got it to a place where I thought it was still really pretty for now, but I do know that I'm going to be switching it up pretty soon. Do you have a spot in your house like that where it just is always the challenge when it comes to decorating? Let me know in the comments. This advent calendar is one of those nostalgic traditions in our house. We got it when Charlie, which is our oldest son, he is almost 11. We got it his first year when he was born, and it's just, they love it. They take turns on who gets to take the magnet ornament and put it up each day. It's by Melissa and Doug, and it has stood the test of time because we've had it for almost 11 years now. And it's just one of those pieces they get so excited that we bring out each year. I love doing these little wreaths on our counter bar stools. I will say the key to success here is using a ribbon that has wire built in, and then you see I just twist it around my fingers and then just kind of set it out. It just makes the ribbon just hold in place a lot easier. And then, you know, as the kids are opening and closing the chairs and just moving around and all the things that kids do, it stays pretty well put.
Both near and far away. It says we can live together and that we can find a way. The first snow this Christmas is promised for this day.
We are moving on to the living room. So this table serves a lot of purposes. I have to keep it pretty open. Rory she has a little tradition on the weekends. She gets her cereal and she brings a chair over and she likes to sit at this table and watch her Saturday morning show. And so I have to leave space for her to do that. We don't have a coffee table in our living room, so we use it to hold our drinks when we're watching movies, and it holds the popcorn for movie night and just all the things. So it's just finding that balance of decor, but also keeping it practical for what your family needs. And that table is just our spot. It's a multi-purpose area, so I'm going to keep it very simple on the table and make sure that I leave it open for all of the things.
Christmas is falling from above. It's a sight of wonder, a magic time of love, and it's joy found in each other. It bears a witness of the first snow of Christmas is falling from above. Oh, the first snow of Christmas is falling from above. Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter.
Okay, we have to talk talk about this garland. I just bought it at Joann Fabrics. The one that I've been using in years past is just falling apart, and it leaves so many fake pine needles all over the floor. So it's time for a new one. This, oh my gosh, it's just so thick. I was not expecting that. It is so lush and so thick and so heavy, which is exactly what I wanted. My other one was very thin since it had lost so many pieces from it. So it's exactly what I wanted, but I was just not prepared for that. You'll see there's a little snafu. It does fall at one point, and I decided just to leave that in for you. There you go, because that is just, that's real life right there when you're decorating. So it was finding that balance of trying to keep it up on the mantle. I tried command strips. It didn't work. The command strips weren't sticking to our mantle. And so it was more just the decor. So now I'm trying to add some pieces, but because it's so thick, it is just swallowing these decor pieces whole. So I'm going to show you a little tactic that I have where I take just a small bowl and I put it face down, just like upside down on top of the mantle, and then stick the decor on top of that. It's always easy just to take a little dish or a little bowl or something just to give a little bit of height and depth to your decor. There you go. There's the bowl. So that was my strategy. And then, so once I get those up a little bit so you can actually see them, then we will start to add the stockings.
All night long we're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the windows in the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart, but this year
So are you a stockings on the mantle kind of a house, or are you a stockings in other places? Growing up, we didn't have a fireplace mantle growing up, and so my mom and dad would always put them on our staircase, and I loved that. Let me know in the comments what some of your holiday traditions are. We have one that we started a long time ago on Christmas Eve. So on Thanksgiving, we draw names within my immediate family. And then on Christmas Eve, we do where you hide the gift for the person that you got and you write clues. And so on Christmas Eve, we go around one person at a time, follow our clues throughout the house. We usually do 3 clues, and then you find your present, and then you get to open one present on Christmas Eve. It's always so fun.
the snow is falling down. I've been longing for this Christmas when everyone's around to share this holiday. Yes, it's a time of happiness, a time of joy, but now this year is twice as special, 'cause I'm hoping for us to fall in love in this winter wonderland. Chilling by the fire as I'm trying to get your attention, giving you a smile, I can seem to look away. I might be crazy, but I think you feel it too, like a vibration right between us with a beautiful tune. Could we fall in love in this winter wonderland? Cold night, but warm inside. Already said a little prayer that you will stick around. Is this year I'm really hoping for a kiss under the mistletoe? As hours pass by, all the stars shine much brighter. Or is it just your eyes that have lit something in me? I see you coming closer from across the room. My heart is pounding really fast, I don't know what to do. Could we fall in love in this winter wonderland?
This garland that I'm putting up on the stairs is a new purchase this year from Target. I believe it was $15 for each strand, and I got 2 strands. And I actually purchased it when Cartwheel was doing a 30% off holiday decor, so it was even less expensive, which they do a lot. So make sure you follow Cartwheel and get those deals when they're out. But I just love this one. I thought it was a little bit more unique. It has the pine cones and the cranberries, but it also has acorns on it, which I thought was so sweet. And it's just the way that it's laid out. I just really loved this. And my favorite feature is, yes, it has a timer. It's a 6-hour timer, so I have it go on at 5 o'clock every single day. It shuts off on its own. I don't have to touch it. It's just so much easier with the timers.
Snow is falling down. I've been longing for this Christmas when everyone's around to share this holiday. special, 'cause I'm hoping for that we'll fall in love in this winterland. Could we fall in love in this winterland? Wanna fall in love.
The only room we have left to decorate is the dining room, but before we do that, I want to get the cinnamon roll cake going and get that in the oven, and then we'll decorate while it's cooking. I will link the recipe below. This cake is so easy and so delicious. So the recipe I will link will give you the instructions to make the cake mix on your own. I just use a box of vanilla cake mix. It turns out really tasty. I've never made it where you have to make the actual cake yourself. It's up to you, but I just want you to know, if you want a shortcut, just buy a box of vanilla cake mix. And so you just make the cake mix according to the directions if you want to do it that way. We're going to pour it into the pan. I did spray some nonstick spray in the pan ahead of time. So once you get your cake in there, we're then going to make the cinnamon middle piece that we're going to put together. Normally I melt the butter. I was trying to follow the recipe exactly for you guys where it just says room temperature butter. I'm going to go back to melting the butter. It just made it turned out fine. Let me say that. Trust me, my kids had no problem eating this when it was done, but it didn't mix as well as I would have liked. Like you're looking here, I had to use my hands to kind of get it to spread around. When I melt the butter, it's more just liquidy and it just spreads really nice. So I will do that differently next time. So just a heads up to you. Honestly, either way, it turns out delicious, let's be honest. So just whichever way works for you. But you're just gonna take that knife once you get the cinnamon topping in the middle and just kind of spread it around. And then we're gonna pop that in the oven. I always say this when I'm baking. I tend to undercook my stuff because I know it will continue to cook once I take it out of the oven. So I take whatever time is recommended and usually take about 5 minutes off of that. So we got that in the oven. Now we're moving on to the dining room. I had to first just vacuum the table. It had all just the pieces and the glitter and the stuff from all the decor that was on it. Now we're gonna wipe that down and then we're gonna get started on our centerpiece.
We forgot what you came for, and in the coffee shop just next door, we talk for hours on end.
Our family eats dinner together almost every single night on our table, and so I have to be careful when I do centerpieces that it's something I can easily move to the side because we always put the trays of food in the center. And so I usually do a tray, but I wanted to try this mat because I'm going to use it for Thanksgiving as well. And stay tuned, I will be doing a Thanksgiving video. I know I am all about Christmas, but in our house, Christmas is November 1st until the day before Thanksgiving. Then we have about 2 days of Thanksgiving, and then we're back to Christmas. So I do give Thanksgiving its moment. It's just a brief moment, but we will have that moment on this channel as well. But so this placemat, it works really, really well. It just slides to the side, so I didn't have to do the tray this year. Gave it a little test drive, and it worked perfectly. And I'm just setting out the rest of my porcelain houses, some greenery, some lights, and yes, those lights have a timer. I only use lights with a timer. And then those green trees and the white trees I actually got from Target last year, and they do light up. I just had to replace the batteries. I haven't done that yet, but it's really pretty at night with all of that glow. And those porcelain houses are the ones that came from that same kit. It was just a massive kit of white porcelain houses. The cake is done and my house smells amazing. So we are going to let that cool down. I ran to the bus stop after I took this out, so that gave it even more time to cool down. And then when I got back, we made the icing. And so you're just doing a simple powdered sugar with milk and a little bit of vanilla for the icing. Whisk it up. I just always use a spoon when I mix this stuff up. And then you're gonna spread it on the top. This cake is so good. It's the perfect cake for just a weekend when you guys have time to just sit and enjoy it as a family. We consider it a breakfast cake in our house. It is a cinnamon roll cake, so we're not breaking rules, right? It's also good for the holidays. This would be perfect for Thanksgiving morning or Christmas morning or any gathering that you have. It's just a really easy, really delicious recipe.
Disappears. 'Cause when I'm feeling down, you're there to love me right. Nothing compares to this. It's such a bliss. My only wishes. I don't need any presents. 'Cause I know
Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Leave me a comment if you want a link for any of the products that I had. I will try to put a bunch of them in the video description box. I did have a video come out last Tuesday with all of my new Christmas decor with all the links. So I will link that one so you can check that one out. But I will see you guys next time. I'm going to do my healthy meal prep for the week. So I'll see you back here on Tuesday.